Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and it is a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And this is the final episode before we go into February, where we're celebrating Black History Month. And joining me today is somebody that is really awesome. They are such a sweetheart. Like, they are so supportive. Like, whenever your boy posts stuff, whether it's like from my cosplay stuff or other cosplayers, they are always sharing it in their stories. And I really appreciate that. And that is Greenbubblegumcos. Green Bubblegum, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good.
That's good to hear. I am so happy that you're joining me here on a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer? And, like I said, everything that I just said right there at the start of this interview, your boy, it came from the heart. I meant everything that I said. So thank you so much for always being so kind and doing everything to, support me and other cosplayers. It's very appreciative.
Yeah, of course. It's something that I noticed a lot of my mutuals doing is we all repost each other. It's just bringing some more support into the community.
Yeah, I love that. And, it's the same thing like I do up here on Who's That Cosplayer. It's like, I support cosplayers and I want other people to hear their story. So before we get into today's interview, everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into today's interview. So Bubblegum, the first question that I ask each and every guest up here is, what is your origin story? Every hero or villain has one. So tell everybody who you are.
Yeah, so I'm an 18-year-old cosplayer who's been cosplaying since about 2017. Give or take some time that I took off in between 2018 and 2019. I started cosplaying as a way to build up my confidence. When I was younger, I used to be bullied because I was really small, and it really got me down quite a bit. So one of my friends actually recommended that I start cosplaying just as a way to build myself back up from it. And that's exactly what I started doing, and I've come so far from that.
Yeah, the rest is history. It's like you took them experience points and you leveled up. And I think that that's awesome that, your journey where it started at, and, you didn't let those bullies win. You know what I'm saying? And I think that it's always idiotic when people make fun of you for anything. You know what I'm saying? It's like you never know like what somebody may be going through or whatnot. And it's just like, I think that everybody just needs to love, support, and be kind to one another, because it's just like, one of my favorite actors, Chadwick Boseman, rest in peace, when he was sick, nobody knew he was sick, but people were making fun of him. And then, he passed away. And I'm just like, come on, y'all. It's like, that should be a wake-up call. It's like, you shouldn't make fun of people because you just never know what they're going through. So I'm sorry that you went through that personally. And, I'm happy that you didn't let what those people were saying affect you, and you leveled up. And like now, like you're doing all this awesome stuff. So now I want to ask you, you started cosplaying, you did your thing, you went on your journey. Like, how was it going to your first convention when you went there?
I was absolutely terrified when I went to my first convention, but luckily I was there with my girlfriend the whole time, who is also like my biggest supporter ever.
Nice.
And so she was there with me the whole time and really made the experience worth it for me. I mean, there was at one point where I had looked at myself and I looked at the other cosplayers around me and I was like, gosh, I'm not as good as them. And then someone completely random who I still don't know who this person is. I wish I got like their socials or something, but they came up to me and they were like, oh my God, I love your cosplay. It's so cool. It like made the rest of my day for me. And I felt so happy about it. And then I went to another convention recently and it was great. Conventions are really fun if you can just get out there and have fun with it.
I agree with you. And, I'm just going to tell you the reason why you don't know who that person is, because that was the real life Speedwagon. They just came, they said what they needed to say, and then they went back to the Speedwagon. Oh my God. So I think that's awesome. And that's one of the reasons why I love cosplay, because I feel like everybody has a moment where they go to a con, they're wearing like one of their first cosplays at this convention, whether it's their first cosplay or it's their first convention and they're just wearing one of their cosplays, and you think that this isn't the best, or like there's so many more talented people, but then that one person comes up to you and just like, yo, your cosplay is awesome, and it just makes your day. So I think that that's awesome. Thank you, Speedwagon. You know, if you do, no, you know what, I take it back. It wasn't Speedwagon. It was the guy who got Josuke's mom out of that ditch in part 4 that we don't know. We don't know who that guy is.
Oh, yeah.
We don't know who he is. It's like that guy came and then that was it. So, you know, since we're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and, you know, I just want to let you know, I love your Rohan cosplay that you have on right now.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Which JoJo part is your favorite JoJo part?
Oh, part 4, probably. It's the feel good part. It's the part where I know I can flick on any episode if I'm having a bad day and just be like, everything is good.
Love that. So I gotta ask you, which episode is the episode that you put on that just lifts your spirits if you're having a bad day?
The episode with Tonio Trussardi in it, where Josuke and Okuyasu just go to the restaurant. I find that episode just so funny, and watching Okuyasu be just so happy for like 30 minutes straight is one of the best things ever.
Yeah, I love that episode too. You know, it's crazy because it's like usually I have certain episodes of part 4 that I put on. Like if I'm at the gym doing cardio, I always put on the episode where Kira finally gets, you know, I don't want to say the word up here because you know how YouTube is, but where he meets his end. There we go. Because I'm somebody that likes to say that because nobody knows who was driving that ambulance. I said it was Speedwagon. He traveled to the future and he was the one driving the ambulance. But I like watching that episode. But if I had to choose like a personal favorite episode, it would definitely be the episode where Rohan fights Josuke. Because it's like he made fun of Josuke's hair and Josuke was blind and he just whooped Rohan's ass, and I just thought that it was funny. Like he beat Rohan so bad that Rohan became a Joe bro. That's what happened with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You get your ass kicked and you become a Joe bro. So now I gotta know, since I'm talking about Joe bros, which Joe bro is your favorite?
Oh, from the animated parts, probably Speedwagon, just because he's such a big deal and he was so dedicated to helping Jonathan out no matter what the situation was, and he was also so encouraging the whole time he was in the part, both in parts 1 and 2. But outside of the animated parts, as of right now, Gyro.
Okay.
He's such a funny character while also being really powerful and a great mentor towards Johnny during part 7.
And I will say, because I'm on chapter 5 of Steel Ball Run right now, and I'll say that, you know, for anybody that's watching this that hasn't read part 7, like Gyro makes a grand entrance, you know, so just look forward to that when you do read it. Now I got to know, which villain is your favorite villain? And you can do, if you want, because you do read the manga, you can give me an animated one and you can give me a manga one. If there is a manga villain that's your favorite villain.
Yeah. I'd say probably the favorite villain overall is probably Pucci. I found him to be such an interesting villain. Like, you have obviously very strong villains that start out, stay strong, and are scary the whole part. And then Pucci was kind of, you know, he built up in strength, and watching him do that along with Jolene having to kind of build up to try and match him at the same time as he's building up way faster than anything else. It was very interesting for me to watch, and I also liked how much he struggled with dealing with everything going on, because he ran into quite a few issues as well as the main group.
Mm-hmm. Who's that cosplayer?
Arcade Jade.
Yeah, and something I did like about Pucci is that he always remained calm, like no matter what. Even when like something was right in front of him where like his cover could have been blown like early on, he just remained calm. And I like how you said that Poochie and Jolene, they both started where they were, and then they got stronger like as the series went on. But one thing about Jolene is that it's like Poochie, yeah, he did get stronger. His stands kept evolving like Pokemon. But with Jolene, it's like I don't think that she got stronger in the sense of, my stand has gotten stronger. She got stronger mentally and physically, like, just learning more about her father, why he did the things that he did, and just having to learn how to survive in prison. Like, that's what I loved about her character growth and that. And then by the time that she did finally get to the end where she fought Poochie, she didn't give up. And like, that's one thing that I loved about Jolene compared to, some of the other JoJo protagonists. Like, a lot of them, like Jotaro, for example, like he has Star Platinum. So Star Platinum's already OP at the start, and then he's even more OP when it's just like, oh, so it's the same type of stand as Star Platinum. And love part 3, but like it's like it's some stuff in it I'm just like, okay, like all right. But okay, I think, is that all? Oh, one final JoJo question. If you could have any stand that is either in the series or a stand that you would make up on your own, what stand would that be?
Oh, very in costume here. I think I would go with Heaven's Door, just because I do write in my free time. So being able to do like pretty much what Rohan does, I think that would be a pretty cool thing. Also, just getting the ability to just write your way out of any situation sounds like a great power to have.
Yeah, can you imagine? It's just like if you forgot to take out the chicken so that way it could defrost, and then when your parents come home and they're about to whoop you, you use Heaven's Door and they forget everything. Just like, we're ordering pizza tonight. Oh my God, man. So now I want to ask you, because you've done so many amazing cosplays, give me your top 3 cosplays that you've done so far.
Ooh, number 1 would probably Risotto, if I'm being honest. Just because I kind of see him as the peak of how far I've come from those bullies and like being super self-conscious, because it takes a lot of confidence to do Risotto, and I feel so confident doing him. Second favorite, probably Kaguya. I think he's like the peak of my makeup skills, because his scar, I use liquid latex and scar wax on it to make it really seem realistic, and I think I do it very well. And then we get to number 3 and it becomes more tricky.
Always the hard. It's always the hard. You always know what the first 2 are, and then you get to that final one. Which one do I pick?
I think I have a toss-up between 2, but they're both like the favorite for the same reason, and the 2 being Emil from Identity V and Rohan, both for the same reason of that I have so many different types of cosplays for them. This is my 5th Rohan outfit I've done, and I have 4 different Emil costumes. So it's just fun being able to do different things with the exact same character, and I think I do them all pretty well.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, I think you're doing pretty well as well. So now I want to ask you this question, because you talked about bullying and whatnot, and like how you overcame it. Like, what is some advice that you would give to somebody that is in a situation where they are being bullied, and like, what advice do you give them so that way that they could overcome what they're going through?
Probably my biggest piece of advice is listen to your friends. Don't listen to the people who are, bullying you and getting you down. Because taking my friends' advice and just listening to them, and they're going to be your friends, and family are going to be your biggest supporters in everything you do. So go with them and don't listen to the people who are trying to take you down, because eventually they'll stop, or their voices will be so out of your way that you won't hear them. and just keep going on the path that you want to go on and just keep doing you, and other people who enjoy that and enjoy you will follow along after.
I think that that's some pretty solid advice, and that'll definitely help people if they are going through something right now, because, you know, I'm anti-bully, and it's like, if I see somebody being picked on, like, I'll use Star Platinum on them in a heartbeat. So it's just like, I don't like bullies, and we don't like you. So bullies, if y'all are watching this, stop being a bully and help people. Just be nice, be kind to people. Like, stop being evil, you know what I'm saying? So we're here at the end of the interview, and I gotta ask you this question, because we are in the new year. Poochie, he reset the universe. And I gotta know, what is one goal that you have for yourself that you would like to accomplish this year in your cosplay journey?
So the goal that I want to do with cosplay is I want to go out and cosplay, and I want to do a photo shoot. I have a lot of places around where I live that I've looked at and been like, that would be such a cool such and such photo shoot, or that would, there's a cliff over by where I live overlooking the water, and it looks exactly like the Risotto and Doppio fight cliff. And I'm like, oh, that would be so cool to go and do a photo shoot there as Risotto, but I haven't done it yet, and that's something I really want to do. So that's my goal for this year, is I want to go out and do cosplay photo shoots in public.
Awesome. And I can't wait to see those photos. And when you take them, your boy's going to be sharing them in his story. So Green Bubblegum, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me up here on a brand new episode of Who's That Cosplayer. And before I let you go, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Yeah, so I have a TikTok and an Instagram account. They're both under the same name of Greenbubblegumcos. The TikTok account has a dot in between bubblegum and cause. The Instagram doesn't. I just couldn't get the username for some reason, but it's pretty much the exact same thing.
I'm sure you're just like, who else would use green bubble gum? Like, come on. Like, who? I hate that so much. And hey, y'all know where y'all can find me at Harold Benjamin Banks at. But before I say where y'all can find me at, please support Green Bubblegumcos. Like, support them, follow them on their Instagram, follow them on their TikTok, slide in the DMs, let them know that you love their cosplays. And if whoever was that person at the con that came up to them and was just like, I love your cosplay, I hope that you're watching this video, slide in the DMs and be like, that was me. And, you know, if you're not on Instagram or social media and you're watching this video, the next time you see them at a con, make sure you go up to them and be like, hey, that was me. So you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you, everybody, again, for watching this interview. Make sure you check out some more interviews we have here on the channel, along with reviews and reaction videos. Check out our podcast. We have brand new episodes every Tuesday. The link is down below in the description. And with that being said, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Thanks again, everybody, for watching another episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe to the channel. Podcast, we got that too. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and hit that bell for further episodes and notifications. Thanks a lot to our patrons. And if you don't mind, join the Patreon. We'll be having new specials coming up soon.